Hello, YouTubers. Joe Kersey here on Friday, December 21st, 1825 in the evening, Eastern Time. I'd, I'd show you my scab, but I got it covered over. I don't think I'll bleed through today. We'll see. Trauma shit, huh? Actually, I've got still quite a hematoma on my left hip there where I fell down here Sunday night. Now going on to 2 weeks ago, coming up next Sunday. Right on the point, and then you can see it scraped all the way up my back. Those things have healed, but still have this fairly big bruise. I mean, you can feel it. I think I probably got about 250 cc's of blood into that. Life on the Island of Peace. God bless us all. Here, have some psyllium seed so you can take a crap in one time, in one piece, without having to do my mother's thing where she had to run into the can every 7 minutes. God bless her. I have a far greater appreciation of what she went through here, now in the last few years than I did at the time that she was doing it. God bless her. She hated my guts, but she taught me to read when I was 3, and that made all the difference. And when she was, occasionally she had a nice sarcastic sense of humor. Sarcasm, by the way, for my younger viewers, is something that used to be sort of like a standard technique of interacting with people from time to time. Nowadays, it would be considered hostile and threatening. Tough shit. You guys are missing out. And it doesn't transmit well over email, and that's true. It doesn't, or texting especially. That's been pointed out to me by a number of younger guys. Yeah, you live and learn. So, I was fortunate enough to be able to talk with my friend Tony Ballman out in Tucson. I thought he might have been out, had already gone to southern New Mexico. But I guess he's going there with some friends tomorrow or next Monday. And he told me about his foray out to Florida with some stuff, land transactions and things that he had to do with his sister. Always interesting to hear what's going on, I think it'll be a nice trip out there. I mean, because I've been seeing all the rain and the snow in the mountains where they were going to go, and he says no, so it'll be interesting to see what they encounter when they get up there. It doesn't look all that bad, but Yeah, it was great fun. We probably talked about, let's see, well, we probably talked about an hour and 15 minutes. But meanwhile, Tony Pitcham in the UK has been into his Christmas frenzy, watching his various favorite Christmas things, which gives him a great deal of joy. And God bless him for that. A lot of these things you'd have to drive a spike into my head to get me to watch them. But he likes them. Good for him. Excellent. God knows somebody ought to enjoy this damn time of year. I'll tell you that. Oh, it's just deadly. Meanwhile, calling out for readers for the two services on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day service. And normally I'd be right up there, in the forefront going, pick me, pick me, pick me. But quite honestly, I just don't want to drag my ass out of the damn house, given my sort of oddball situation I've got going on with my bod here, And so, I mean, they've got, immediately had volunteers show up. I of course, immediately emailed back to Shira, our very wonderful parish administrator. Tell her I just couldn't read this year. Maybe next year I can. Yeah. I do like the Christmas music and the Christmas tunes. And of course, I may do the old Luke 2 reading here, not today, but at the appropriate time. And it came to pass in those days that there went out a decree from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be taxed. First words I learned to read. Thank you, Mother. You came to regret it later by teaching me that stuff, but I never have. And this taxing was first done when? And the shepherds said one to another, let us go now, even unto Bethlehem, to see this thing that the Lord has made known to us. They found Mary and Joseph and the babe lying in a manger. I saw a great thing the other day, which maybe I can tack on at the end of this. It was like a millennial Christmas card, and it's got sort of very uptown Mary and Joseph, holding a baby in like a pull-around wagon, outside like a stall, like a sales stall, and they're doing a selfie. And you've got like some kind of Segway with an Amazon package, and you've got some other guy just had wandered up with, well, it looked like he wandered up with a sheep, but I suppose it's meant to be a dog, and you've got a couple of other people. I guess those are meant to be the wise men's and wise men's. Did I just say an S on the end of that? Oh. So a lot of fun on that. Yeah. You can have some fun with this, and yet, I've had some I tend to listen to the sacred music on my phone at night. I have this thing plugged in, and I play it from Accu Radio. It's fun. It's more than fun. It could be sublime. Meanwhile, I've gotten to the point in the Cromwell book when Henry VIII cut off Cromwell's head. One account has it being cut off very badly, and another account, said that it came off cleanly. But as Dermaid McCullough added in a footnote, no matter how long it takes, it's over relatively quickly. You gotta love this guy. This is such a good book. I take 6 of these. That's 4. So let's see. Today was Thomas's last day of teaching in the Catholic school system here. I guess Carter got off. They stopped going. The kids stopped going on the Wednesday, and so he had a bunch of buds over for a sleepover or something that night. well, we all know sleepover basically means a noise over, or fun over, or as you get older, over. And I only got to have one of those in the house. I was 14, and then actually, a friend of mine, Mark Adams, lives down the road. His dad worked at the steel mill down over in Middletown, and he had like 6 brothers, and I said to my dad, "Could we take the tractor with the flatbed back to the pond, and we could, sleep on the flatbed, and we have like a little fire and cook some bacon and stuff in the morning, and have something for supper and things." He said, "Yeah." So fired up the Ford 8N, and went back, and it was great. Of course, at the end, in the morning after we got done with the fire, we had a shovel. We had a shovel, and buried the fire so it wouldn't fire up again and get going again. And interestingly, the cattle who usually took interest in this, they just sort of stood off. They didn't horse around with us. It wouldn't matter if they did. I mean, they knew me. So. Yeah, no, it was great. Of course, we lay around and looked at the stars and told lies. That's how guys interact. In general, sometimes not. Sometimes we interact honestly. Last I heard about him, his mother went insane. Mark's mother went insane. She ended up in the state hospital in Dayton, and then she escaped, and she got run down in the street outside the Dayton State Hospital. And after that, his dad sort of descended into, sort of the drinking and going to hell thing, Last I heard about Mark was when I was at Boise State, and I ran into some guy from Middletown who knew him, and he said, Mark had turned into a guy that, well, not turned into, but at that time had been a fellow that was roaming around in the middle of the street, singing and yelling, and he was still going to school. He hadn't dropped out of school. But, and at that time, then Armco wasn't hiring. I mean, he couldn't have gotten a job at Armco because Armco was getting ready to downsize. Armco Steel. They'd just been bought by the Japanese. I don't know, it's called a CAXA or a CASA or something. Anyway, nice family, and they always treated me great. There were like 8 brothers. I think the 3 oldest ones, I don't know if the 3 oldest ones had gone off to the military. His dad had been in the Marines in World War II. So he had I think he had a bit of a post, stress thing going on. Nice guy, but it was essentially, boys, don't burn the house down and don't kill your mother, and we'll get along fine. And that's the first time I encountered any sort of dynamic like that, which was fine. I had no problem with it. Just so everybody knows where everybody stands. I like my new haircut. Number 2, on the sides anyway, sides and back. Yeah, I haven't shaved for y'all. Merry Christmas. No, I mean that in all seriousness. I mean, this is a fine time of year for people who, well, I like Christmas. I mean, it's the Feast of the Incarnation. The Word became flesh and dwelt among us in grace and truth. And for those of you who don't believe, God bless you, do your own thing. Yeah? Have fun. Yeah, well, let's see here. I've got a list of stuff I might talk about in another episode here. It's called Gas Station Shit, Nesting Behavior, NC Delivery Room. I don't know what that means. And then curare, that's another thing. I try to take notes when I talk with Tony, but we just have so much fun, and he didn't like me to record our conversations, which would be video gold, by the way. Stories all around. You know I love stories. Anyway, I might talk about some of that later. So as I mentioned, maybe I didn't mention, my grandson is 10 years old on the 19th. I forgot to mention that. Well, no, I didn't, because I hadn't done anything in the interim. I was down there when he got sectioned out of my dill, my daughter-in-law's, my sweet dill's belly. And he was a persistent, posterior presentation. He would have been a breach. And so nowadays, section, and that's the way to go on that. And it was about a little bit before noon on December 19th. Now, my sister's birthday is December 19th. There's a kid at church that's Thomas's same age. I mean, on the same day, December 19th. And then December 18th is I think it's my niece's, my sister's daughter's birthday. I think. And I think December 20th is my sister's son's birthday, my nephew John's birthday. Somewhere in there, there's a whole bunch of, there's like a whole cluster of these, Wilson, Kersey descendant birthdays at that time. So happy birthday, all you guys. It may or may not beat the alternative, depending on your situation. Careful what you wish for. I don't know, my sister may be off doing something in Antarctica or some damn thing right now. I mean, she's a very busy lass. God bless her. I didn't read you her letter. I'm not going to read you her letter. I don't know. Maybe I hope I didn't. Well, there's no reason to not to. I mean, I didn't. It's just people have different bits of luck, don't they? And I would far rather have my luck than the luck she's had. God bless her, quite honestly. For a variety of reasons. There, but for the grace of God, we all go. Nonetheless, God loves us. I just noticed Puppy here on the other side here. I can't. Where's Puppy? There's Puppy. Oaklander's favorite toy. He carried that around until he was about 3. Then he started chewing on it, so I had to rescue Puppy. Okay, I'm going to shut up now, and then maybe I'll tell you about people who nest in gas stations. Oh, this is the first time my sister told me about venereal disease. That's a story in and of itself, so I'm going to say bye-bye, YouTubers. Merry Christmas, or contrary, well, I'll say Happy Christmas, and then Tony can berate me for using the wrong convention or something. Bye-bye, YouTubers.